What do you need now?
I'm waiting for the lighter. You know what? When's the last time you were in the cigar room? There are 10,000 lighters in the cigar room. I'm Micallef. I've been involved in many different businesses over the last 50 years, from manufacturing, which is really the strongest part of my background, but also there's a lot of consumer products, wine, obviously cigars, a variety of products that we've developed out of silicone that we sold in the retail side of it. Of course, all Texans are involved in oil and gas. If you're a real Texan, you're involved in the cattle business. We had 12 to 14,000 head of cattle and a couple 100,000 acres over the last 30 years. So it's a pretty broad base. You know, I've smoked cigars my whole life, and I have this bad habit of turning great fun into businesses. I've told this story a million times. The Gomez Sanchez family they broke down in front of Silverleaf, the cigar lounge that I hang out in. They needed money to fix their car. Jake, the general manager, allowed them to roll cigars. I smoked their cigars, in a rolled green form. They were excellent. Before they left, I asked them if they would roll 1,000 cigars for me when I decided to get into the cigar business. So now I have a collaboration with the Gomez family on manufacturing and blending for us, using old Cuban techniques, and that's why our cigars resemble Cuban cigars 25 or 30 years ago. Outstanding product. Triple capped, triple fermented, all the little secrets that the Cubans used to use for making great cigars.
Smooth, consistent. It's kind of like, when you know what you're buying, and I think from a price point standpoint, they're reasonable, but you're getting a high quality cigar. It's nice also the heritage of it, the fact that a local Fort Worth resident owns the factory, owns the cigars. He's also a member of ours. They've got a good variety, different size cigars, different styles. So now I typically only smoke Al cigars, especially when I'm up here.
I learned at a very early age from my father that you always take care of the people that take care of you. And I think Al's great at doing that. He always puts the customer first. He services the sale and he takes care of problems. Al has created his own brand in and around himself and his companies. And that brand is, it's defined by him. It's like Jeff Bezos said, your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. And I think that speaks volumes of what Al really is, because there's not a lot of people in Fort Worth, Texas that'll ever say anything bad about Al. And matter of fact, there's nobody anywhere that I know of that can ever say anything bad about Al.
I think I understand processes, once I understand what they're doing and I can ask the intelligent questions as we go through the process. I think probably the major areas on the finance side or on the accounting side, I know what needs to be done to develop proper costs for your product. The problem is there's a lot to learn to know what to look for and to be able to have absolutely accurate costing. And we're in that process now. But I know that the practices that we're employing in our plants today are practices that will allow us to be the low-cost producer or a low-cost producer. So when I finally get the numbers and the measurement the way I want to, I think we'll realize, be close to our estimates, but I hope I'm not surprised. One of our motivations for owning our own factory was we wanted to have control of the process. And I'm not faulting anybody, but there are thousands of small cigar manufacturers or cigar wholesalers that have their product built by a variety of people that do contract manufacturing. I wouldn't, obviously I wouldn't mind doing some contract manufacturing because it just helps us cover the overheads in our facility. But I want to know that our cigars are going to be made consistently to the standard that we develop.